Welcome to the Cathedral of Dreams here in MotoGP around the iconic TT circuit at Assen. As we join Callis on a bit of a cloudy morning here. As we're in qualifying one, around halfway through. So Callis can get close to that 46.7 which Scott Ogden has set the pace with. As we're Adrian Fernandez and Jacob Ralston behind. But as you can see, Tristy first sector. Get it all the way down to first for this hairpin. Gonna power nice and hard for a bit of a bendy straight here. It's better to see lots of slipstreaming in Moto3 bikes down there. There's 8,000s up on the Brit at the moment. And then a very high speed right left. Barely a lift for the right. Definitely get it down. A couple gears for the left though. And then braking the set to the early. The right hander, take it in third. Gonna power harder, just straight line this. Ignore these curves there. One of the trickiest braking zones, down to second. Because that exit tightens up on you. And then a double right. So down to second, get up to third. Up to fourth, and then it gets quick. Slight lift in fifth. Up to sixth, and then flat out through the left, and then down a gear, or a couple gears for the next left, because then we've got the chicane where you're going to see lots of dyno problems, lots of overtaking into here. We'll hook up the first apex, and you can hook up the rest. Bit scree on the exit, but it's a 45.5. It's 1.2 cents quicker than Ogden. As you can see, it was quick enough to make it through at the top in qualifying one for Callis, ahead of Rollstone, Yamanaka and Carraro, as Ogden just misses out by 15 thousandths of a second. He's ahead of the Leopards. You've got the Netta, Farioli, Watley, DeWilster and Tyre Rider at the back. So there goes Callis, and as you see, the pace is up quite a lot with Alonso at the top of 44.8. Be surprised we get anywhere near that. Oh, he's getting close, Callis, just 2 tenths between him and Alonso heading into the final chicane. Getting a bit scruffy through that. And there's a 45.5, 6 tenths down. And Callis has come back and is blitzing his previous lap. So he can finally... Oh no! So I'm going to a very wet race day here in Assen. As Callis starting from the third row of the grid, on 9th, as the lights go out for 8 laps here in the Netherlands. What could be chaos, as we rarely see the Moto3 machines race in the wet, but when we do, it always is pretty memorable. As that's not a memorable start for Vi. He's run very wide there. He's got Suzuka over his tail. He gets done for track limits along with the Netta. A decent start for Callis, up to 5th behind Helgado and Raido, who's taking a look at David Alonso, and it's like for second. This Callis takes a look at Helgado for 4th. Oh, is he going to hold that around the outside? The gas machine. He might actually, as Joel Kelso's like excellent start up to 6th behind. Same for Zabi in 8th. As Raido's looking behind, you're looking over the wrong shoulder, mate. Here comes Callis trying to take a move. Up through the right, oh, a bit wide, or through the left, into the right. Raider holds it off, and Kaz a bit scree on the brakes. As for Sato, who's still at least ahead of Alonso as well. And all of this, as here comes Callis. Down the inside the KTM. And none of it is the Spanish teenager though. It looks like he's struggling a bit with the gears there. So Kaz gives him a bit of bump on the outside. Alonso looks back and must have heard the commotion. A bit wide, what's happening to his fellow KTM? Yeah, I know he's on a CF motor, but hey, it's Honda v KTM basically. Moto3. As Callis trying to make a move on the CF moto, round the outside into the chicane. Oh, he got done with track limits in the middle of it, same with Watley, but still, superb move into second, a second behind his title rival for Sato. There's a top 2 in the championship, top 2 in the race now. Let's see what the Snipers rider can do about that Honda Team Asia bike in front. This first starter made a break. There's along that penalty in case you wondered where it was. That's totally why Callis went that wide. That's, oh, hello. Raider. Not liking Callis' rejoin, is he? As Callis literally gets brought down to sit alongside the home hero. And now he's got to do it over again. Alright, next up is Helgado. There's Gas. So over the back of Alonso, who's actually dropped down to 3rd in all this, behind Raider. So Clumber maybe not on top form. Early stages here. Maybe he'll come back to him knowing this, as the race goes on, but maybe a bit cautious. Like Callis, who almost gets into the back of Elgado there. Very confident early on here on board his Sniper's bike. Maybe it's just a difference between Honda and KTM. 3 KTMs in front, while as you can see the Honda leading has got at least a second gap to everyone. But then the rest of the top 8 is KTMs as well, so it's 2 Hondas v the world here at the moment. There's no ways he done it again. Callis round the outside of Elgado into the last corner. This time Elgado fights back. This first starter does a 55.8. Looks like Zabi made the move on Vio though. No wonder the crowd's gone a bit quiet. The stadium section there. Well, happy it's in their home hero, nudged back to 7th. And having to play with his teammate instead of the front runners. Kaz can do here. Oh god, don't. He's trying to launch himself, get a slingshot run out of that hairpin. I think it's worked actually. Going down the inside of Elgado as Alonso nudges by. Raider is right in front. Looks like Kaz wants to join in the fun. Oh, almost loses it though. Almost loses it. Yeah, those two battling. Alonso back into 2nd. It's now Callis to fight back as Alonso very cautious on the brakes there. It's now the Raider back by. Or has it? As they're still side by side. Doing a double right. KTM's back in front, but for how long? As here comes the Sniper's bike to the inside. Back up to 3rd. Going to get a bit of a tow from this CF Motor machine as well in front. Does he fancy 2nd? Is he going to wait till the chicane? He's waiting until the chicane, it looks like. He makes it stick up into 2nd for Callis. No! Alonso's got him on the run out the corner. As Callis dips into the 53s. First over the fastest out of the race, 53.4. As you've seen, Alonso's cautious on the brakes. And Callis outbrakes him into turn 1 on the 4th lap. He takes back 2nd. There's a crash behind as well. So it is far early on, I think 58 man of his best weekend of the year so far in Kazakhstan. Which has an early bath here in the Netherlands as, oh, so did Callis almost there. It's a 3.5 second gap in front for a start. So he's absolutely sailing away from everyone here in the wet. I mean, he normally does it in the dry as well, but so impressive in all conditions so far this year, the Japanese rider. So Kaz can maybe close the gap as he approaches the second half of this race, but who knows? As I said, we're entering the unknown here. The tyres. don't know at all. So Alonso still holding third over Ada. Elgato round out the top 5. One of his best races of the season as well, ahead of Zabi. And then Via still down in 7th with Suzuki. This one is probably no doubt expected to do much better than that round it. It's all Ada over the back of Callis with the final chicane. He sets a 54-1. New fuzz to that for first alternate lead though, 53-2 as we enter the second half of this race. We enter the unknown. As Already went a bit wide in the first corner. It's like it's allowed Alonso by. It's allowed Via by. Via's all the way up to 4th. Up to 3rd. He's got ahead of Alonso. Rada down to 4th. Alonso down to 5th. Down to 6th now behind Suzuki. Down to 8th behind Elgato. What is going on behind? It's an absolute mess. All we know is that Alonso's being shuffled down the order. Down to 8th. Having a horrible start to the lap. So is Callis pace-wise, but at least he's holding 2nd. So it looks like it's Via, then Zabi, then Raider, then Elgato, Suzuki, and David Alonso down to 8th. Really been shuffled. Callis got lots of pressure behind it, feels like, from Via. Home crowd will be definitely standing on their feet now as we approach the stadium section. So there we go, good rest of the lap from Callis as he does a 54-1, but it's just a poor start to the lap. He's got 3 to go. 5 seconds the gap in front. I don't think he can close that in 3 laps, unfortunately. Can he hold on to 2nd ahead of Via? The gap's now a 2nd, actually. There's Joel Esteban, Alonso's teammate. Seems like he's gone wide in turn 1. Okay, much better start to that from Callis. Kind of kept the gap to first Sato in front. It's still Raider now ahead of Zabi into 4th. Suzuki ahead of Elgato into 6th as well. Joel Kelso in 8th. Alonso's not even in the top 8 now. Are we going to have to get the missing posters out again? Where is Alonso? It's definitely keeping the pace this lap. This is good. Can actually pick the bike up properly as well through the double right. That's been a rarity this race. Now we come to his section, this fast section. Hondas seem to be very good in this fast section. KTM's no match. Seems like this race. Seems like all season, like the Honda's just better than the quick stuff. Looking a straight line as well. It seems like Canada's set to do his fastest lap then, a 53.2. That's the fastest lap of the race. Where's that come from? It's the other Honda Team Asia. It's done for track limits. Yeah, Callis may be loving it. Loving these wet tyres then as they get worn, as he on the penultimate lap of the race as well. And the gap is a 2nd behind, but it's still 4.5 seconds to first Sato in front. But heartening for the South African, he's got the pace in the wet. Not just on fresh, wet tyres. like worn wet tyres as well. Raider in 4th, Sabi 5th, Suzuki 6th, Hagado 7th, Kelso stood in 8th. Great race for the Australian as well. So let's score some solid points. It's just calmed down, hasn't it, now? Everyone's kind of spread out at the end of this race. Whatever happened to Alonso seems to have just spread things out maybe behind. As they approach the final out of the race in 5 seconds between Sato and Callis. Via second behind the South African, but still in a podium slot would be, you hear the crowd, you know, lift the roof off this place. Whatever roof there is, the grandstand roof. If I can keep that 3rd place, then you've got Raider, Zabi, Suzuki, Algado and Kelso heading on to the final lap in Assen. It's quite a poor qualifying, really. I mean, that's been the MO for Callis this year. Been rare to see him, you know, on pole or on the front row. Make it a bit easier for himself on race day. At least it was a top 10 round here, but then cracking start. Controlled the conditions early on. Made, you know, slight mistakes as well. Since he's got back hold of this 2nd place, it's been very good race pace. As I said, matching for Sato, it's just a shame there's a 5-second gap between them. There's Fire keeping, you know, pace as well, a 2nd back as the Dutchman. Just there in case Callis makes a mistake on this final sector. But the bigger picture, the worst thing for everyone is that Sato's won again. So even though Callis has scored a nice 2nd place here, the gap to him, it will increase in the championship. Be close to what, 40 points now? And looks like maybe the Japanese rider's starting to put away in the championship. As he crosses the line, winner round the TT circuit Assen, but Callis following him home in 2nd. So once again we celebrate a 1st Sato win as he's 6 seconds ahead of Callis in the end. And we've got Vaya with a very popular home podium ahead of Raider, Zabi with fantastic top 5 once again ahead of Suzuki, Algado, Kelso, Nepa, Munoz rounding out the top 10 ahead of Alonso. What the hell happened to the Colombian? Down in 11th ahead of Rossi, Ortolo with a poor race as well, Esteban and Ankel grabbing the final point for their part in their battle for the wooden spoon just ahead of M-Lab Racing, and then Yamanaka in 7th, Fernandez, Watley, and then only for Farudi missing out on a finish. As in the championship, the lead is 39 points between the top 2. And then 16 points further back is Suzuki, who's 16 points ahead of Vaya. And then there's a 24-point gap to Zabi, who's up into the top 5 ahead of Ortola and Alonso. And then we've got Raider into 8th ahead of Helgado. Nepa round out the top 10. As looking further down, just still 2 riders yet to score points. So in the team's championship, that could be as far as Intact GP's racing lead is still 50 odd points. It's 52 now. They gained a point on Honda Team Asia. And then it's KTM in 3rd, Snipers in 4th, just 6 points separating the 2 teams. And then we've got Asper round out the top 5, just by a point ahead of Bowie Motorsports, and MT Helmets MSI in 7th, then Gas Tech 3 in 8th. Level Up, CIP Green Power, Sync 58 Squadra Corsi, and Leopard even racing up to 12th. Bit of M-Lav Racing. We're back in the wooden spoon spot. He's almost a rising star, isn't he? Almost. There's Zabi in the last race. Callis rode very well. We have to try to keep up if we don't want to plod on further ahead. We're doing well, but we know that the other teams work quite hard to close the gap. We'll continue to work hard to always do better. Work as much as you want. The fact is that I'm the one who needs it. Alright, Callis, stop thinking too much of yourself. Callis is the name on everyone's lip, but I think the magic will wear off soon at a Assen ring. I'll show everyone I'm a better rider. This week in the side you've got more interest. I'm looking forward to getting out onto the track. Now I really have to thrash you. Yeah, sorry, Dutch fans. Callis, he's got to make enemies, alright?